Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something pretty huge, the rise of AI agents. Now, these aren't your typical software tools. We're talking about a whole new kind of digital workforce. So let's get right into what that actually means for businesses.
All right, let's kick things off with a big what if. What if your business software wasn't just, dumb? What if it didn't just follow a rigid set of instructions? Imagine software that could actually understand your goals, adapt on the fly, and figure out complex problems all by itself. Well, that's not sci-fi anymore. It's really the heart of what we're talking about today.
And that right there is an AI agent. Seriously, stop thinking of it as just another tool you have to manage. It's more like a problem solver that you set loose on a task. It's powered by those large language models. Yep, the same kind of tech behind ChatGPT, which means these agents can really understand context, think through a bunch of steps, and then actually do things to reach a goal. It's way less like traditional software and a whole lot more like a digital employee.
Okay, so who is this actually for? You might be thinking, this sounds like something only giant tech companies can use, right? Well, not at all. As you're about to see, AI agents are already making a difference for all kinds of businesses, from tiny startups just getting off the ground to massive global corporations.
And that's because the value here is just so flexible. If you're a startup, an agent can be your shortcut to a working product, especially if you need conversational AI. If you're a huge enterprise, it's all about streamlining those super complicated, large-scale operations. And for all you tech innovators out there, this is how you build that next level of smart, adaptive tech right into your own products.
All right, so we've covered the who. Let's get into the what. What are people actually doing with this stuff in the real world? We're going to look at a few industries where AI agents are already making some serious waves. And the impact? It's huge. We're seeing some businesses report efficiency gains of up to 40%. 40%! Think about that. When you hand off those repetitive, mind-numbing, but still complex tasks to an agent, you free up your actual human team to do the smart, strategic work that really matters.
First up, let's talk retail and e-commerce. Talk about a competitive space, right? In retail, agents are being used to completely reshape the customer experience, making it way more personal and way more efficient. From the very first click all the way through to post-purchase support.
So what does that look like? Well, think about a virtual assistant that's basically a personal shopper, helping you find exactly what you're looking for. Or behind the scenes, you could have a smart bot that's constantly watching inventory so that hot item never goes out of stock. It's all about making that entire shopping experience smarter.
Okay, let's switch gears to healthcare. Now, this is a whole different ballgame with some really unique challenges. Here, agents are stepping in to help manage patient interactions and give clinical staff some much-needed support. And of course, they have to do all of this while following super strict privacy rules like HIPAA, which is just non-negotiable when you're dealing with patient data.
So this could be an agent that helps with patient triage, asking those first few questions to get things started. Or maybe it's just a bot that handles all the appointment scheduling perfectly every time. The end result is that the human staff gets to focus on the patients who need that direct personal care the most.
And then we have finance and banking. If there's one place where security and accuracy are everything, this is it. It's no surprise that agents are being put to work on some of the most critical, high-stakes tasks you can imagine.
Just picture this, an agent that's sifting through thousands of transactions every single second, spotting fraud patterns as they happen. Or how about an agent that handles that whole Know Your Customer, or KYC process, verifying someone's identity in minutes, not days. This is exactly where that autonomous power of an AI agent becomes a total game changer.
Okay, so we've talked about what these agents are and why they're so useful. But how do you actually build one? What does it take to get a project like this off the ground? Well, whether you do it yourself or bring in a partner, there's usually a pretty clear, structured path to follow. It really breaks down into about 5 main steps. You always start by getting crystal clear on your goals and what you need. From there, it's about finding the right people with the right skills. And then you have the interview and onboarding steps, which are super important for making sure everyone's on the same page before the real work starts. It's all designed to make sure the project is set up for success right from the get-go.
Now, whether you're building this yourself or hiring a team, there are a few key things you really want to look for. Let's talk about the factors that usually separate the projects that succeed from, well, the ones that don't.
It really all comes down to experience and trust. You need a partner who gets that a startup's needs are totally different from a huge corporation's. They need to be agile, they need to communicate well, but here's the big one. You absolutely have to protect your intellectual property. Things like an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, shouldn't even be a question. They should be standard procedure to protect your ideas.
So, how can you tell if you're working with the right people? Well, there are a few numbers you can look at. For instance, a super high customer retention rate, like 95%, is a pretty great sign. It tells you that clients are happy and they're sticking around for a reason.
Then there's the size of their talent pool. Having access to, say, over 250 experts means you're not just getting a one-size-fits-all solution. You can find someone with the exact niche skills your project needs.
Experience also comes down to sheer volume. I mean, if a team has completed over 1,500 projects, you can bet they've seen it all. They've probably solved a problem just like yours a dozen times before. And in today's world, global reach is a big deal. Working with clients in over 40 countries shows they can handle different markets, different cultures, and different time zones without missing a beat.
And one last thing to look for is flexibility in how you work with them. A good partner isn't going to force you into one box. Sometimes you just need a single project with a fixed cost, perfect for an MVP. Other times you need a full-time dedicated developer. Or maybe you just need to add a specialist to your own team for a little while. The right partner gives you those options.
So let's bring it all home. AI agents aren't just some cool idea for the future. They are practical, powerful tools that are here right now. They're basically a new type of digital employee. So the big question I want to leave you with is this. When you think about your world, your business, what's the one thing that's just begging for an AI agent to take it over?